Imagine the very player who single-handedly destroyed your season suddenly becoming the missing piece to your championship puzzle. For the Carolina Panthers, the nightmares of last year's humiliating loss are still fresh, fueled by a defensive masterclass that left our franchise quarterback searching for answers. But now, the tables have turned in a way nobody saw coming. A trade market explosion has just placed a certified star on the dinner plate for Dan Morgan. The cost is low, the fit is perfect, and the potential impact is massive. Could this move finally fix the biggest hole in Carolina? Kenny Moore-Tekken is officially available via trade, and the timing for the Carolina Panthers could not be more poetic or perfect for this rebuilding roster. Reports from Adam Schefter confirm that the Indianapolis Colts and their star veteran cornerback have mutually agreed to seek a trade as he enters the final year of his contract. This is a massive development because Moore is the exact same player who recorded 2 pick-sixes against us last season, effectively ending the game on his own. He is widely considered one of the elite slot defenders in the entire NFL, a position where Carolina has struggled with consistency and depth for far too long. With Dan Morgan already being aggressive in the front office this offseason, the opportunity to bring in a proven playmaker who can anchor the secondary is almost too good to pass up. Moore has the versatility and the zone coverage intelligence to fit right into the scheme, and because he is looking for a new home, the leverage is heavily in the buyer's favor right now. The Panthers have the cap space and the late-round draft capital to make this happen without mortgaging the future. But there is a deeper connection here that involves our young quarterback and how this move would change the entire dynamic of the training camp and the locker room for the better. The question isn't just about whether we want him. It is about how quickly we can get him in the building before another contender swoops in. Because if we do land him, the entire outlook of the NFC South changes. But first, we have to look at how this directly impacts the development of our biggest investment, and why the history between these two players makes this potential trade one of the most intriguing storylines of the entire league year. Do you think this is the right move for our defense right now? Stay with me because the details of this trade proposal are even more shocking than you think. Does adding a veteran like Kenny Moore make the Panthers a top 10 defense this season, or should we focus on the draft? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments right now. If you want the fastest updates on every Panthers move, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like. Now let us look at the quarterback. Bryce Young would be the hidden winner in this transaction if the front office pulls the trigger on a deal for Kenny Moore. Think back to that game against the Colts, where Moore baited our young quarterback into multiple mistakes that turned into defensive scores. Having a player of that caliber in the same building means Bryce Young gets to practice against the best slot defender in the game every single day. It turns a previous nightmare into a constant learning opportunity that will sharpen our passing attack during the week. Beyond the psychological boost, the internal scouting reports suggest that Ejiro Evero is looking for a specific type of defender who can navigate the complex zone schemes he likes to run. Moore is a perfect schematic fit because even though the Colts run a different base, both systems rely heavily on high IQ zone coverage and cover 3 principles where Moore excels. He is an immediate upgrade over our current rotation in the slot and provides much-needed insurance for J.C. Horn. We all know that depth has been our Achilles' heel in the secondary, and relying on Mike Jackson or late-round rookies is a massive gamble for a team that wants to compete immediately. By bringing in a veteran who knows how to communicate and lead a secondary, you alleviate the pressure on the younger guys and create a cohesive unit that can actually force turnovers. The front office is currently weighing the cost of a rental versus a long-term extension, but the buzz inside the facility is that this is exactly the kind of veteran leadership Dan Morgan wants to establish. It is about changing the culture from a team that gets exploited to a team that does the exploiting. The trade would essentially solidify the defense, allowing the team to use their high draft picks on offensive weapons for Bryce. This creates a domino effect across the entire roster that could accelerate the rebuild by an entire year. The pieces are falling into place, but the logistics of the contract are the final hurdle that could make or break this entire deal before the draft begins. The technical impact of bringing Kenny Moore into Ejiro Evero's system cannot be overstated, as it represents a total philosophical shift for the Carolina Panthers defense. When you look at the current roster construction, we have invested heavily in the front 7, bringing in elite edge rushing and linebacker support to create a relentless pass rush. However, a pass rush only works if the secondary can hold up long enough for the pressure to reach the quarterback. Right now, the Panthers are dangerously thin at the cornerback position. J.C. Horn is a lockdown corner when healthy, but his injury history is a constant concern for the coaching staff. Mike Jackson has shown flashes of being a reliable starter, but he is entering a contract year, and his future with the franchise is far from certain. By adding Moore, the Panthers suddenly possess a multifaceted coverage unit that can match up against the high-powered passing offenses in our division. Moore is specifically valued for his ability to play the nickel, which in modern NFL defense is essentially a starting position given how often teams use 3 receiver sets. His presence would allow Evero to be more creative with safety rotations, knowing he has a reliable vet who won't blow assignments in the middle of the field. From a front office perspective, Dan Morgan is playing a calculated game of chess. He knows the Colts have lost leverage because the player and the team have both publicly expressed a desire for a fresh start. This means Carolina could potentially secure a Pro Bowl caliber talent for a 5th or 6th round pick. For a team that needs to maximize every asset, that is a steal. The future of this franchise depends on building a defense that can win games while the offense finds its rhythm under the new coaching staff. If this trade goes through, the Panthers transition from a team with a good defense to a team with a dominant one. It sends a clear signal to the rest of the league that the rebuilding phase is over and the winning phase has begun. We are looking at a scenario where the secondary goes from a liability to a strength in one single move. The front office is monitoring the situation hourly, and the pressure is on to finalize the terms before another team in the NFC makes a competitive offer. This is the moment where the new regime can prove they are ready to do whatever it takes to return this team to the top of the standings. Ultimately, the pursuit of Kenny Moore is about much more than just a single trade. It is about the identity and the soul of the Carolina Panthers moving forward. For years, this fan base has watched other teams make the aggressive moves needed to secure elite talent, while we stayed passive and hoped for the best through the draft. But those days are over. Bringing in a player who once tormented us signifies a new era of ruthlessness in Charlotte. It shows that Dan Morgan isn't afraid of the past and is focused entirely on building a wall of a defense that can protect our future. This move would give the fans something they haven't had in a long time, a reason to believe that we can actually close out games and dominate the turnover battle. It validates the struggles of Bryce Young's rookie year by giving him the best possible environment to succeed on the other side of the ball. When you have a defense that can provide short fields and veteran leadership, everything becomes easier for a young quarterback. This is the definition of a culture-changing transaction. It tells the locker room that the standard has been raised and that mediocrity will no longer be tolerated in this building. As we look ahead to the next few weeks, the tension is going to be at an all-time high. Every phone call and every social media notification could be the one that confirms the arrival of a new star in the Queen City. The fans deserve a winner, and this trade is the clearest path to making that a reality. We are standing on the edge of a massive transformation, and the next few days will define the trajectory of this entire season. Are you ready to see this defense take over the league, or do you think we are one piece away from something even bigger? I need you to weigh in now. Go down to the comments and let me know if Kenny Moore is the savior this secondary needs. If you are a die-hard Panthers fan who wants to stay ahead of every single breaking news story this season, you have to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Don't forget to hit that like button to support the community. We are just getting started on this journey together. Keep pounding, stay locked in, and I will see you in the next update as this story continues to develop. The future of Carolina football is happening right now.